All right. Yo, hello, good evening, everyone. Can you guys see and hear me? If you guys can see and hear me, just type a hello in the chat box so I know uh, you guys are receiving well. Okay, we'll start in a while. I'm just still accepting more people coming in. Let me share my screen. Right, can you guys see my screen clearly also? So today is up day. Market is going up, which is good for everyone. Markets are up like 1.7%. All right, and some of the so usually when the market opens, right, I just want to take a look at what is some of the top earners, top winners, top losers first. Those that are in my this is my watch list on the left side. Those that are in who are the companies that move the most. So obviously, company like Square, PayPal, they actually went up because after the post earning. So PayPal, I think just hit a new all-time high. Anyone of you got PayPal? So what a very good company like PayPal into the digital payments, but it's just not one of my companies. So it actually broke up the previous resistance here, which is great if you are in PayPal. So it's just a company that I think is good, but it's just because I personally prefer Visa and Mastercard and also Square. So it's just a company that I don't have any positions in. And obviously Square also went out post earnings. Yeah, man, took profit too early. So those of you will be good to know, right? Like on up day, I know when the market's up like 1 to 2%, how much are you up? All right. So today, right, mainly, I want to do some trades for one of my accounts. All right. So this account, right, I recently top it up to 100K. So with a 100K account, right, I am in this unique position that you realize I do not really have any, besides my lead cost, I do not really have, in my metals position, I do not really have, I'm not really holding any stocks per se. So because I'm always selling put to own them, but they did not actually, the price did not actually come down to my price. So I'm in this unique position of not owning any stocks when the market is going up. So this account, I'm feeling a bit FOMO, right? So so I will talk a bit about this today. And yeah. So what I'm going to do for this, so this account, right, is a long-term, the mandate for this account will be a long-term account, and I'll be entering I could be entering with companies that have a longer uh, room for a longer runway for growth, right? There is a long-term potential. So for example, I might choose company like Square over Visa simply because Square has a higher potential, right? So this is a mandate for the account. And so usually if I have some positions, right, when the market is going up over, let's say 100K account, I should be up, 2 to 3%. But you can see over here, I'm only up, this like 0.5%, $500 out of 100K will be 0.5% only, simply because I do not have any position. And my sell put, right, most of them have actually decayed. So usually I don't actually make, when the market goes up, my sell put positions don't actually make that much. And most of them actually decayed pretty much almost 100% already. So, before I start, right, before I enter position, I need to close them off, right? So I will be closing some positions like Tesla. So those of you, right, who have sell put positions, right, one good thing you can note is if my sell put, right, my probability, right, has reached, this is like 99%. That means it's like, usually when I sell put, the probability of the money, it will be about 50, 60 or 70%, right, 70, 80%, that could be the sweet spot. But once it starts pushing to 90%, right, it means the bulk of the premium has already decayed. So you can see over here, I sold it for, so just focus on Tesla, right? I sold it for 1.8, and right now I already made the bulk of the premiums, and right now it's only worth like 30 cents. 30 cents for 8 days, contract holding out $400 of margin. That's 40K, right? It's not really worth it. I mean like using for 1 week time, right? I mean using like 40K worth to exchange for $30 or $35, right? So it's obviously not worth it. So I will probably close this trade and some of the other trades over here. Like this is like 11 cents, and you still have 1 more week to go, and I have already profited the bulk of the premiums, right? 90% of the premiums. So I'm probably looking to close some of these. And oh, my Visa actually got auto filled at the open, right? 5 cents auto close, right? So probably going to enter some of these positions. So because this account, right, doesn't have any significant position. So although I have like this company here, but this is a very small weightage. So it's almost like 0%. Besides my lip cost, it's almost 0%. As you can see over here, like the bulk of the profits is from the lip cost actually. So it's almost like a 0%. It's like zero weightage. So what I want to do is I want to start entering, and this is a unique spot because like right now the market has kind of pushed up quite a bit. So and in my own bias is like it moving down. I want to wait for it to drop. At the same time, right, if we keep pushing upwards, I won't be making money on this account. So what I want to do is I want to enter a bit so that I'm not FOMO, and probably I can enter my sell put at closer to the current price, right? So before that, right, I want to calculate if this account, right, how much do I want to make on a monthly basis or weekly basis, right? And I would say most of you guys, you probably don't mind, let's say 2 or 3%, let's say 2% per month, right? So over 100K account, if I want to make 2% per month in terms of the premiums or in terms of the appreciation, right? Per week, right, is about 5%. Per week is about 0.5%, which equate to about $500 per week because of a 100K account, $500 is about 0.5%, right? So I need to calculate, I need to reverse engineer, right, how much I want to make. Because if it's from capital appreciation, it's easier, right? I just don't have to do anything. I just like for example, if I already own some of the shares, right? Like for example, if like one of the accounts over here, if I already have, some significant shares, right, that's not that bad, right? But because this account, I do not own any shares, and I do not really want to just buy shares outright like that. I want to sell put to own the shares. So over the next few weeks and over the next few days or weeks, right, for this account, the bulk of the money coming in, right, will be not from the appreciation, right, because I have 0 shares literally. I need to earn premiums. So right now I'm calculating how much premiums I need to make now. So if I reverse engineer the process, right, per week of premiums, right, I need to earn about $500 of time decay, right? So why? Because it's 2% per month, right? And 100K, 2% will be 2K lah. So per week will be, let's say 1 month or 4 weeks, it will be $500, right? Do you guys get this part? If you guys can get this part, right, type okay in the chat box, right? And I can move on. Oh my God, I realized my hair still got this. Well, nobody remind me to take out this hair. Oh my God, it's damn ugly. Okay, yeah. Now hair is like now no one can cut hair, and it's a serious pain in the ass. Okay, so you guys get this, right? Yeah, 12 May, man. I'm just really waiting for 12 May, 1 more week later to cut my hair. Okay, so I'm looking for, and right now I was just playing around with the strikes, and these are some of the companies that I can sell my puts on, right? So if I need to make $500 per week, right? How much money do I have to make this $500 per week? I have 100K, right? I have 100K, which means I can sell about $1,000 worth of strike, correct? Because one share, okay, so for example, if I were to go to, let's say, as an example, Square, I just use Square as an example. Square is $71 right now. If I sell a strike of 70, right? 70, I need to budget out 7K, right? Because times 100, right? Which means, right, 100K divided by 100, that will give me 1,000. Means I can sell puts, right, of equivalent of $1,000 worth of strike. Does that make sense? 1,000 worth of strike, and it must give me $500 per month. $500 per week. All right, which equates to about. So for example, if I sell like 70, the strike is 70, and it gives me like about. I just use 1.7. So 70, it gives me 1.7. I just put here. Give me 1.7. So what am I calculating is how much strike I need, and does it give me? You can see on the bottom here, does it give me 500? All right, per week expiration, does it give me? So I need this to be, this is 3.66, that means it's about $366, right? So I need this to be about 500. All right, and ideally, I want to, as I mentioned earlier, my bias is the market is going to drop. All right, so I do not want to enter too much, but at the same time, I need to enter something because if I don't enter, the market keep going up, I will my portfolio is not making money. I will feel FOMO. So I need to do new entries, and ideally, it adds up to no more than 30% of the pot, which is $300 worth of strikes. All right. So if I add up this together, so this just now I was before I started this Zoom session, I was planning like what companies I can enter. So let's say these 3 companies I want at this strike price, there is like $170 worth of strikes. All right, that means there's 17,000. Correct. So $17,000 can give me about $360 worth of premium. So I'm just calculating, what other companies I can get into lah. All right, and so let me just double check some of the strikes. And so this is like not the best spot to be entering. So you realize you will get into this kind of situation if you are too light on your portfolio. You're in a way forced to enter when the market is kind of like at a bit higher than I could expect. So market right now is at 58. All right. So if I were to do a 1 week expiration, obviously I don't get enough premiums. I can do like a weekly one, right, at 55. Okay, and I might get the mid will be about 0.65. So 55 and 0.65. So I'm just doing calculation before I enter everything. And for JD, JD went up also. So those JD that I own for some of my accounts, right, which I own at about strike 42, 43, 44, once it goes up a bit higher to like 46, 47, I will be looking to sell calls on it already. JD, okay. So JD, I will close off this one, and I'll probably open a new one at maybe, so my sweet spot will be, my probably out the money will be somewhere around here lah. Okay. Ideally I would choose 40, but I don't get that much a good premium, but I can do like 2 weeks instead. Okay, the bid and ask is so wide. So probably I will do like 52, and over here, right, because it's a short-term trade, so technicals matters a bit more. So I'll just go to JD and see like where are the good supports to have. This was the previous low, 41, right? And this is the I think it's the 21-day moving average, 41. So probably I will do here 41. My mid will be about 55. Okay, so 41.55. I mean, just looking at how much worth of strike I'm going. So this is like 16% of my pot, right? This worth of strike is like 16 because all this strike add together is 166 times 100 shares. That's give me $16,600, which is 16% of a 100K portfolio. So if I enter 16% of my funds into these companies which expire next week, and I get these premiums, about $300 premium, it's not that bad. All right, so probably I will go with something like that later on. So right now I want to close some of my positions first. Okay, because also the market just pushed up. So I was thinking ideally I close them, and then if the market can drop back later on, that would be the best. My Visa already closed. Tesla, I'm going to close it right now. So you can see it decays 100, almost like the bulk of the premiums. There's no point for me to leave this, it's not worth the premium. It's not worth the margin. It's like 40K of margin stuck here. And I initially thought about doing for Tesla also, but it's a 100K portfolio. If I want to sell put on Tesla, and anything below 400, all right, the probability of the money is not worth the amount, right? So if I need to choose a strike of about $500, $600, which, let's say I do 600, right? That is 60K. I need to put aside 60K for this. For this account, I'm not comfortable, having 60% of my portfolio in Tesla. So ideally, my plan for Tesla for this account will be to wait for it to come down. Ideally, if Elon Musk, hopefully he tweet again, and then if we drop another 10, 20%, somewhere around here, then this is where I can sell a put at a lower price. So that's my plan for Tesla. I'll probably wait for it. But if Tesla go ahead, it's fine because I have like some dip calls on Tesla also. So that's fine. So let me try to close out some of my contracts first. So usually when I'm in closing, right, I want to take a look at what is the price right now. What is the, so this is a bid and ask, the last down was about 0.35. I will look to close it at 0.3, all right, and see if we get filled. All right, so I'm just closing out some of my trades. Oh, it gets filled immediately. All right, that's great. And JD. So JD, right, I probably just roll it because if I'm going to close it and going to reopen a new contract, I can just roll it to the next strike. So I just close this out and I will roll it to the 41 strike, right? So I can start to enter. So I can roll this to, I can choose the 22nd, but I just want to do the next week out. And why next week out? Because the shorter I do, the more premiums I get, right? The more time decay I have. And if in these trades, it's just 16% of my portfolio, and if in the next 1 week the market, pull back a bit like I expect it to be, it's fine. Okay, I can get assigned at these prices for 16% of my portfolio is fine. I get my first tranche in, and then as the market pull lower, I can enter more positions at a better price. So 41, and so the mid here, right, will be. So sometimes I'll just use Notepad to write the prices. JD row mid is 0.43. Okay. So why? Because I want to set it a bit higher and hopefully I can get filled. So just a few cents higher, because if you realize the mid is very close, it's only 4 cents difference. Here is only like maybe like 9 cents difference. So if you go too high, it's just wasting time. So about 4 cents higher, and let's try. So it doesn't get filled, right? I will just keep lowering it. You can do it 1 cent, every 1 cent or 1-2 cents. And so as I'm doing, if you have any questions, just ask in the chat. Later I'll come back to it. Okay, so it's filled at 45 cents. That's 2 cents above my mid. Not too bad. Yeah, I realize every time I do live trading, I tend to get like every time my Zoom is on, I tend to get like get filled at better prices. Okay, so my JD I rolled it already, right? So I just shift it above and put it in the right group. All right. And my Tesla close, my Visa automatic close also. So I'm still deciding, right? Should I go like this, or should I just go QQQ instead? Because QQQ has most of the companies that I want to get, but QQQ is a bit higher. And wait, let me check the premium for QQQ. And another way I can do it was Visa and Facebook also. So for 8 May, QQQ, right, a good price, a good strike to choose will be about 200, because 200 is like, you have all these supports over here. So $200 is somewhere around here. It's just below so it bounced above the support. If it's going to come down, the support probably be a good, it probably be a good floor for it to hold. So 200 will be good. But if I were to do 200, right, the premiums I receive is not fantastic. So I need to choose somewhere around 210 or 215. 215 will be better. So 215 at 180. 215 1.8. So where am I looking? I'm looking over here to see if I can hit my $500 per week of premiums. And to achieve that, I mean, it's about there, all right? And to achieve that, I need like, I need about 38% of my portfolio. So 381 out of 1K, 1K worth of strike, that is about 38% of my portfolio. Which is, considering my bias is the market is going to pull a bit down, is a bit too much that I could like to have lah. But yeah, so this is not the best situation. I mean, so I'm just contemplating, what other things I can be doing. Okay, any suggestions? Please, any tips or suggestion or anything you guys have, any companies that you always like, maybe I can't think of now. Please share. I can. Navida is not a company that I like. And it's 300 plus. Yeah, so I'm not attracted by Fed premium. I want to, so when I'm doing this, right, I mean, Fed premiums or good premiums is great, but I want companies that I want to own. And Navida is not really a company that I like. Illumina is L what? MN, right? Illumina is a company that I don't really understand enough also. And its price so high. BRK, Buffett. So I think Warren Buffett is a great guy, obviously, but you know, with him being, you know, at such a senior age, right, there is a certain key man risk there, right? So these are not the companies that I personally like. So I mean, just kind of stuck with the few, and usually my default go-to, right, will be Visa and Facebook. All right. So ideally, right, in the ideal scenario, what's going to happen is, you know, Elon Musk is going to tweet again, and Tesla is going to drop to the, because this account I really want to have Tesla. So ideally, Tesla is going to drop to like around here, this range, and then I can sell put somewhere here to own it, right, at a lower price. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not really a medical guy also, so I don't really understand so much. Oh my God, Square is like just chong up. Anyone got Square? Yeah. So Square goes up is good for my other digital payment companies like Visa, MasterCard also, because they kind of move together. iPay should be up. I don't really like, so Brenda, good question. I don't really like Alibaba. I mean, if I have Alibaba, I myself go with JD. So I think JD has more room for growth. So Alibaba is a bit like, I don't know, eBay, all right, then JD is more like Amazon. So this iPay. Okay, never mind. So I don't have to do all today also. You know, I might do some. So I might do like that. And then, you know, tomorrow if we push higher a bit, it's fine. At least my FOMO is taken care of. I enter a bit. But if I enter today this, and tomorrow it drop, I can enter this, or, you know, a more heavier companies like Facebook or Visa. So Facebook is like 190. So this, I mean, just using my one of my account, because all the settings I use on this. So I just use this 190, 200 strike. So when I see a graph like that, right, usually I emphasize, I foresee some kind of a pullback. Okay, so really I'm entering right now is just for my FOMO, you know, just to settle the FOMO on this account. PAR, I think it's okay. I will prefer Square over PAR. But entering for Square right now, like after it just went up post earnings, don't make sense also. So I'm just figuring things out. So let's say if I go with JD and QQQ instead, what do I get? I have 250 Square. And I mean, just taking a look at the volatility also. So like, you know, after the earnings, their premiums actually kind of, from here to here, it kind of string. Here, the volatility kind of string. So the premiums I'm going to receive is not exactly fantastic. So Square, I have some accounts that I have like mid cost on Square. You know, they are making money. I'm happy. But just for this account, I feel it's not the best risk reward to enter a sell put right now. And let's take a look at JD. Of the smaller, you know, smaller size company, actually the one that I personally have the most confidence with is actually JD. So JD I wrote already, right? Right, JD is filled. Okay, JD is filled. So this is done. Okay, so sometimes I also have a mental block. I need to wait for it to digest a while, wait for a few minutes. So while I'm in digesting, let's go to this account. So this account, some of you guys learn how to do the sell call spread, right? So I want to do it for one of the lead calls that I own. So I have this lead call, right? Tesla. And great, I made some money on the last run up. If I foresee Tesla over the next few weeks to kind of go sideways, right, what I can do, right, is I can input I can sell a call spread for the leap call that I have. All right. So how it works like that, right? Maybe I use the analyze tab to show you guys. So there's this analyze tab here. Some of you might never click on this button before, but it's okay. So what this does, right, is it allows. Okay, wait, just let me zoom. Is it allows me to look at it from a visual perspective. So right now I have with this JD Tesla. So the y-axis, right, is how much you make or lose, and the x-axis here, the horizontal one, is the share price. So right now Tesla is where? Tesla is 780. All right, 780 is somewhere around here. Okay, so right now we are at around here. So let me exit this first. So right here, can you see? So this mark represents where Tesla is right now. We are around here. I'm in profits of. So if you look at the over here, I'm in the profits of around 5K. All right, I'm in the profit around 5K. So what I want to do, right, is I want to enter. So what I want to do, right, is I want to enter a call spread. I want to sell a call spread that says that I do not think Tesla is going to go up that high in the next 1 or 2 weeks. But even if it does, that's great. I will also make money despite of that. So what I do is, so this is a simulated trade. So why I enter simulated trade? Because I just want to see visually, right, how my profit and loss will look like. So for some of you who find this interesting, later you can just play around with it. So let's say I choose a strike. So when I sell a call spread is here. When I sell, let's say I choose to sell the 850, and I will buy back at a higher price. So I will buy 855. So I sell 850, I buy 855. So for $5 white spread, right, usually I want to get about $1 or 80 cents the price. So if I do this trade, I have a simulated trade over here. So before that, my graph was like that. It was here, right? I make 5K. So what happens here was, if Tesla share price continue to go higher, my profit and loss will go higher also. So this purple line, right, represent how much I'll make. So for example, with this slip call, right, if Tesla would go up to 800, I will make. So you look at the bottom left over here, instead of making 5K right now, if it goes up 800, I will make about 5.5, right? If it goes up to 900, I will make about 9K for my lead call. That's great, all right? So the higher it goes, the more I make. So if I were to input this, take on this sell call spread, right? Okay, wait, let me lock the graph first. So this is a floating, I want to fix it, right? Let me lock it. So once I input this, my P&L will turn out like that, right? Because my this spread will be around here. So what's going to happen is, if in the next 1 week, right, by 15 May, if Tesla do not go up to about 150 or what, this 80 cents here or this $80 here is like free money for me, because my lead call is already there. I'm holding for long term, right? But it's just extra money for me to make this this amount, this credit right here, okay? But if I somehow over the next 1 or 2 weeks, by 15 May, if Tesla can really push all the way up to here and above, let's say it goes up to 900, that's great also. All right. So instead of making, so over here, look over here. Later when my mouse shift there, you look over here. So if Tesla goes up to 900, right, instead of making 8904, the one in purple, I'll make a few $100 less, 8429, roughly there. The difference is the loss I will incur for this credit spread. Because if it push through, right, I will lose this $5 white spread, right? So this amount I will lose, which I may find. Because for me to lose this few $100, I will need to make a few more thousand from my lead call instead. Does that make sense? So I have a lead call, and I'm just adding this call spread on top of it in a way to generate a bit more premiums, right? Because I think in the next 1 or 2 weeks, Tesla might be sideways bound for a while, right? So in a way, just getting a bit extra premium to pay off for my lead call, the time decay. Do you all get this part? If you get this part, type okay in the chat box. So if you have any questions on this, ask right now. So this could be a bit more advanced for some of you guys, but those of you who have lead calls, you can consider doing this. Okay. So let me clear some of the questions earlier. CJ, you asked, right, how do I arrive at the $500 per week, right? So let's go back to this. So this account is a 100K account, okay? And depends on how much you want to make per month, okay? So let's say per year, so you reverse engineer. Let's say per year, you want to make 20%. For example, per year, you want to make 20%. So 1 year, you want to make, let's say 24% for easy calculation. 24%. 1 month will be 2%. Then 1 week will be 0.5%. Yes? So 0.5% of 100K will be $500, roughly. Okay, so this is, so CJ, I hope so this answer your question. So this is just simply how much premium I want to make. All right, so obviously if you want to make more, if you change your equation to like 30%, so 1 year, 30%, 1 month will be how much? Let me use a calculator. 1 month will be 30 divided by 12, right? Which is 2.5. 2.5%. And 1 week will be divided by 4. That is 0.625. Okay, then obviously it will be $625. All right, and then this will be 500. Okay. So what the FOMO? For the FOMO, is it due? Yes. So it's due to portfolio allocation. And as I mentioned, uniquely for this account, those sell put that I've done over the last few weeks, especially as the market is pushing up, I did not manage to get assigned for any of my companies that I want, which put this account in a very unique situation that I do not have any companies that I'm holding. And as the market keep pushing up, I'm only making from the lip cost up. So like the market push up like how much today? About 1-2%. I'm only making 0.5%, right? Less than 0.5%, which it's not a good ratio to have. Okay, so I'm a bit FOMO. I want to enter a bit more. So back to the lip call, right? So yes, you can use this simulation for anything, not just lip calls or any trades that you have. You can come here and you can analyze some of the trades. So for example, in your own thing of swim right now, you have some trades. You just come to this risk profile, type in the company that you have in mind. All right, then you are able to see the profit and loss over here. Okay, so the y-axis is just how much you make or lose depending on how much the share price move. So let's say if I hover my mouse across, let's say $800, you see on the bottom left here, over here, it will show how much you make or lose. So as I increase, obviously, can you see the purple? It just keep going up, right? Okay, so for the lip call, so this is a simulation. And Fiona, I asked if it's done only if you have lip call and you think, yes, obviously do this call spread. This call spread, you can do it via the alternative hedge, or if you have a lip call, and specifically if I want to do for Tesla, yes, I only do it if I have a lip call. If I do not have, then I might not want to do it. All right. And in generally, I only do it when I think it's going to go sideways or it's going to go down. All right. So it's just for me, it's just extra free money. But also, if you have no direction on it, no bias on it, in general, I think it's okay to do also. Why? Because, so let me click it back on. So let's say all things being equal, I can just do this any point of the day also. Why? Because it's just, so let's say I lock this at $1 to keep things simple. All right, let's say I get $1 for this credit. Right, it's just extra $100. One contract is times 100, so it's one extra $100. For me, it's either I make this $100 or I might lose the difference here, which is the difference is $5 widespread. That means $500 minus 100. The max I can lose for this trade is 400. For me to lose this $400 over here, right? So the pink line is on expiration day. Pink line is on 15 May. Okay, on expiration day. For me to lose this, right, Tesla need to go up like $100, right? Which means my lead call will make, right? So right now we are here, right? Right now we are about almost close to 5K profits. For me to be even close to losing this $400, I need to make how much more first? I need to make another 2K. All right. So this is something I'm okay with. For me to lose this 400, I definitely need to make 2K more for my lead call. So I can keep doing this. So after you do this, as let's say we end up here and Tesla push through, can you keep doing the same thing? You can always keep doing the same thing, and then you challenge Tesla to keep going up every week. So this is something that you can explore with, all right? For those of you who have lip call. So why is that a pink line, right? The pink line is so later I go there. You want to look. Can you see that there's the dates? There's two different dates here. Purple line is today. So later on your own thing on swim, you can click around. So purple line is today. If I increase the date, right, my line will move. All right, so if I click pushing the date, my line will move. All right. So let me go back to today. So the purple line is today. Pink line is on 15 May expiration. Okay. Yes, coming. Ideally, I create my bear call spread, this call spread where my lip call is already in the profit zone. Okay. And Sidrick, how do you calculate the premium for my sell put? My premium is from, so let's say I do a sell put, then the premium is shown over here. Okay. So I come back to this in a while. Okay. Yeah, so let me just get this trade out of the way. So, Tesla dropped back down again. Just now it was, as we were talking, it was, wow, why you cannot wait for me to do, then it dropped. Okay, never mind. So, what I probably will do is I'll just use the same strike. And why I choose this strike is because the open interest is higher over here. All right. I'll just choose like that. And if I can get $1, I will just queue at $1 credit. And if I get few, so can you see my max profit is obviously the premium I make. My max loss is the width minus away the premium I receive, which is $400. And I'm more than happy to lose this $400. Why? Because for me to lose that $500, Tesla need to go up much higher, right? So if Tesla go up much higher, my lead call will make at least 2 or 3K, correct? So I think it's okay for me lah, right? So it's just like I make less only, right? So it's either I have a free $100 from this premium, or I make less from my Tesla lead call. So you can rationalize it or think of it this way. Okay, so let's see if this field later on, because Tesla dropped a bit, and I don't want to go and chase the price. Maybe later on it's going to come back out, right? So let me go back to my the main account that I want to do. While Square still just keep going up. So later I might just queue for Square if it drops after the the first half an hour. So the market kind of dropped after it. Let me use this account. So the market kind of dropped after the opening, but Square is still like keep pushing higher. Okay, maybe I'll enter for C also. It's one of the companies that I like, and because it has pushed above this breakthrough here. Okay, so I think this will be a good support over here at 50, 56 or so, 57, 55. And again, right, when I'm choosing the strikes, I'm choosing with a mind of trying to own them as early as possible. And again, when I'm owning these companies, I know that market have recovered back a bit, they pull up a bit on the high side, and it's okay for me to, let's say if I enter already, right, and then I enter somewhere around here for the sell puts that I sold, and I get assigned, and the market drops a bit, that's fine, because this is my initial tranche, right? And initial tranche is not about getting a best price, but it's about the objective of my initial tranche is just to keep the FOMO away. All right. So if I have like, this is only like 16% of my portfolio, right? So if I use 16% to get my first tranche in, and then when the market drop, I still have like 80%, of cash, 80K of cash holding to enter at a better price, right? So I'm totally fine with that. So I might enter at a strike of maybe 55, 56, etc. So a strike that I might choose might be 55. The probability is about there. So I might queue at maybe, so the bid and ask is quite narrow. I might queue at about maybe 0.6, so 55.6. And but let me try to queue at slightly. So one thing about C, right, is either they only have monthly expiration. There's no weekly. So either I do this, or I choose the the June expiration. But right now I'm in desperate to get in, so I will choose the weekly one. So let me just try to queue 0.65 and see if I get lucky. And probably it doesn't get filled. So I will start to change the price. And again, just on the mid, I need to write down, right? C strike. If I mid is. So I'm just writing it down. It's just a habit for me to write down on notepad. 0.6. So I'll try to roll it down to maybe 0.2 and see if it get filled. Okay, I get filled at 0.62. Yay. I saved 2 cents. So again, habit, I just shift this to my sell put. And every time I sold, I just create the buyback order to 5 cents. All right, when I create the buyback order, I will set it to GTC, so the order will always be that. Okay, so it's quite straightforward. Just now my JD, I forgot to do it. So again, change to GTC, 5 cents. Why 5 cents? Because if it decay all the way down to 5 cents, right, I really earn like the bulk of the premiums, like probably 90% of the premiums. The remaining 5 cents is not worth whatever time that, even if left one day, it's not worth it to hold the premiums there, hold the margin there. So I'll just auto close it for 5 cents. And if I close it for 5 cents, there's 0 commission I need to pay. So it's free. I just close it up. Why not? All right. Okay, I already have par here, and this will take out. This one is still okay because the price is still, you see the probability is still there, so there's still significant premium over there for a $17.5 strike. Like if there's still 8 days time, if it's still like 30-40 cents, I think it's okay. I'll just leave it here. So this one I can, but of course if it start to drop, I can close it also. Okay, so I have entered C. So right now I'm at like 10%, about 9.6% in, and I got, this is my strike. Yeah, 0.55. So I got about $100 already. So I'm in $100 down, $400 more to go to hit my 500. Yeah, let me look at Facebook. So sometimes, right, I might not need to choose the same expiration. I might overlap the expiration date. So Facebook, I might choose the 22nd February, because what might happen is, let's say next week, can you see my calendar? So let's say next week, 11, 12, 13, 14, if it just keep dropping, I'll be assigned. But if I choose, like, if I have some expiration that are overlapping, that expires on like different Fridays, it will be better also lah. So I might, for Facebook, if I do Facebook, right, I might choose like, so let me take a look at Facebook chart. And I really think Facebook is one of the, one of the top companies that they can go up quite a lot. So sometimes, right, as I'm doing it, I forgot then how their numbers look like. I just want to, if I'm entering a serious position, I just want to just double check the numbers. I can just revisit here. So can you see that their revenue is like pretty constant, like going up. Net profit margin is, so you realize, right, they actually drop their operating income. So what happens? So can you see how it goes up, 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 and then how come 2019 it can actually drop? So over here, right, was if you really go and dig deep about Facebook, during this period they were under a lot of like political spotlight, all right, for the elections and fake news and making too much money in general. So people are unhappy about that. So they want to stay a bit under the radar. And what happens was they just spend a bit more on hiring employees, and all that. So, but this is like hiring, not say like anyhow spend money, but more of like they just spend a bit more for the future, right? Expenses to hire employees to do research and development, all that. So their 2019 numbers will not look as good, all right? But that gets them out of the immediate problem of staying under the radar. But if you look at their top line, right, it's still pretty much growing. So can you see the revenue is growing at a insane pace? Okay, and the gross margin is still high. Okay, so I think it's pretty not too bad. And I'm getting a decent more than 15% equity return on my equity. And so I'm comparing. So what I'm doing here is I'm just comparing, double checking, doing a last double check on Facebook and Visa, because in my opinion, I think both of them are pretty good. Just see I just want to look at the last trailing 12 months. Because both are doing pretty good. Okay, maybe let me do a poll. Visa and Facebook, right? Which one will you choose? Like assuming if you do not have companies you don't have equities in either company, which one will you choose? Facebook and Visa. So earlier got some questions, right? Yes, my lip call is in the profit zone already. Kelvin, if my lip call start out losing money, then usually I won't do this. So for example, right, let's say I do a lip call on Facebook. Let's say I do here lah. Okay, and then it drop all the way down. I will not do the credit spread. I will just wait for it to go up first. So usually I like to do it when there's a few K of profits for me to lock in now. Okay, so that will put me in a better investing space for the call spread. Visa, mostly Visa. In technical point of view, Visa should have better upside. You mean like technical charts? Why? Oh, it just broke through the moving averages. So I want to look at it from a probability, how far they drop from the highs. So right now, Facebook is at 209, about 210, and 210 divided by their all-time high, right? Well, they are only 7% off from the highs. Visa, right now we are 184.43 divided by 214.17. Oh, Visa is still 14% away. I actually think after the next few months, Visa will actually Facebook will actually my own bias Visa Facebook will pull ahead much more. Just a gut feel that I have. Okay, so I just going with my own sixth sense. So let's say I just kind of decided I want to do Facebook, and I want to make sure, right, when if I'm choosing a strike around 200, that is 20K worth. That means 1/5 of 100K will be in Facebook. I think that's okay. So again, right, for this portfolio, this 100K portfolio, right, I really want to get in a good sizable position, like 30-40% on Tesla, which is why I did this trade. I don't mind 40% on Tesla. All right, but now that it has pushed a bit higher, right, I cannot own it. I don't want to sell a strike of 500, 600 It's like a bit too high. Yeah, I cannot get good profits from it. So I need to wait for Tesla to drop. So I'm holding actually other companies like Facebook, Visa first, while I kind of wait for and hope Tesla will drop. If and when that happens, right, I will make a shift in the portfolio. I'll close them out at a profit if possible, and shift it to Tesla. Okay, and when the time comes, I might not do sell put instead. I might do keep things simple, and I will just buy a few. And what I can do is I can just buy a few shares instead of selling, because when I sell a put, it's like 100 shares block, right? It's a bit chunky and a bit hard to maneuver. So I might do like enter 10 shares here, 10 shares here, 10 shares here, and average down along the way. But that's for the future. So it's always very important to know what's your plan for each company. So right now, back to Facebook. So let me check Facebook their volatility also. This is Tesla. So the volatility is not exactly very, very high also. Wow. I got a feeling, let me say this for record. I think over the next tomorrow or next week, right? Probably we should see some kind of pullback. This is my bias. May or may not happen, but this is a bias that I have. So I will do at 200, right? Because ideally I want to do it somewhere around here, but the premiums will not be as good. So I probably need to do around, even for 200. Yeah, I will probably do around 200. So let me queue 200 and maybe I will queue at a higher price of like, I'll just do 1 week instead of 2 weeks. Because why I choose 1 week, the premiums are not as good. I don't want to be locked in. I don't mind locking a shorter period. So 200. Right now the bid is like that. I don't mind queue at 1.4. And let's try. So I obviously won't be filled immediately, but if it moves up or down just a bit, and you see, this was the today low. You just need to go down a bit more. I feel already. Okay, so I just wait. It's just 1 cent difference here. Okay, I mean, filled. it just went down. So I didn't predict it, but sometimes you just do it 1 or 2 cents down. If you feel great, if it's not, then you can always change the price again. So yeah, I get like 2 cents extra. So again, I shift it to the right group because sometimes I forgot to do this immediately, like this housekeeping, then just get it out of the way. So again, change it to 5 cents. So it's just a good habit to have, all right? Everything will be in the right spot. So at a glance, right? Sometimes I want to know what position I have. I can just look over here because every sell put I have, I will have a closing order. So it's very nice. So you can see I have all these sell put, I will have a closing order for it, right? So at a glance like that, for this account, I look at, I will know, oh, I have a sell put on Facebook JD. It's easier. And when I put these two like side by side, so usually you can put these two side by side if you want to change it. You can see how much it decay and how close it is towards decay. Because when you are looking at this, it gives you the option of like closing it manually also. No, vendor in general, I just think the general market is due a pullback lah. So Eugene, why? So Eugene again, it's just not Facebook per se, but the general market is going to pull back. And why am I doing trades? Although I think there's a pullback, is because I might be wrong. If I'm wrong and the market keep pushing up, and I mentioned again the mandate, the reason for this specific account is that I have 0 positions, and it does not feel good if the market push up 1 or 2%, and I'm only out like this amount. All right. So that's why I need some positions in, right? My first tranche in. Okay, so back to my Tesla. Did my Tesla get filled? No. Okay, so I need to start shifting. So let's say tonight I'm a bit tired. I woke up early. I want to sleep early, right? So I probably will not stay up too late tonight. I can start shifting my mid price, a bit earlier down. And Square is just keep on going. Oh my god, I cannot take it. Okay, never mind. Anyone got Square or want to have Square but then they don't get in like me? Gavin, you got Square. Great for you. Okay, so another tip I can give you guys, right, is sometimes, right, can you see all the X over here on the left side over here? All these X is, as you guys know, is ETFs, right? So they are sorted by different sectors. So sometimes I want to, okay, just nice on this day, everything's up. But sometimes there will be sector rotation. Some sectors are up, some sectors are down. So it gives me a clearer picture which sector or which industry is doing better. Like like just tonight, it's very distinctively like XLP is consumer staples, all right? So your consumer staples like Johnson & Johnson, they are down, while the other companies like like XLK. Which one is higher? Like financial is leading with up 3%. So this give me a sector breakdown view, lah, right? If I want to see it. And sometimes I will see this, I will come to here to take a look, right? Wow. Financial. So I'm not into financials per se, but interesting that they are up quite a bit tonight. And XLE also for energy. Yes, Carol, awesome for you. See if you want to trim a bit, or you can set a buy like for Square. I'm not sure what you bought at what price or what's your trimming for Square. Wow, this candle looks so nice. So you want to set maybe, let's say you have 80 stocks, you want to maybe trim 10, 15 or at the next high here. All right. So you can see like your first 80 stocks for Square, you bought it at what price? Let's say the total price you bought it is, example, 10K or let me count for you. So let's say you got it 80 times. Let's say you bought it at an average price of $50. So total 4K. So as Square is going up, your 4K will be more than 4K for sure, right? So you can set, your first buyback, your first trimming for maybe the first 10 companies at $80, and then the next one at 85 or 90 and so on and so forth if you want. Right. Or if it's your long term do not touch folder, then okay lah, then it's fine also. So if you just want to hold it for the long term, it's fine also. All right. Just take note, if you want to hold it for long term, you must be prepared. So you always want to know for every parameters or every plan that you have, what is the kryptonite? What is the downside of it? So the downside of you put it there in a do not touch folder for long term, right? The downside of it is you see Square just keep going up. Do you think it's possible, right, that it might just before it hit the new highs again, it just boom drop back down to $40? Possible or not? All right, definitely possible, right? And if that happens, if you are cool, like you are really, really, that you're very zen mode, like not affected, then great, kudos to you, then great. But if you will be affected, right, then you be, oh yeah, oh my god, might as well I just not that time I trim, why I didn't trim. If you go into that emotional state, right, then best is if you have a trimming method that take care of this. All right. So some of you, I know you might have this issue lah. So you might want to. That's why the trimming is there for. All right. To make sure you don't have this kind of issues. And I'm just looking at on the day where the general market is up. All right. I want to see which are the counters that actually drop. So Tesla stands out. Pepsi. So all the consumer staples are down. All right. And my SC is down. So when is their earnings? And my volatility is down also. VIX. Okay, so what I probably will do is so I got in, so I closed and I got in Facebook, SE and JD. That give me a net credit of 140. So let me just wrap up this, do some calculation. So yellow means done. So I entered today about because I'm skewed towards Facebook, this 20% here, right? And then it adds up to about 30%. And I have a total premium of about $250. Not the best premium for Facebook actually. It's okay. So probably tomorrow or the next few days or early next week, I will start entering a few more. I want to see how the prices start kind of bounce. And so when I want to enter the first like 30%, I don't have to enter all in once also. I can enter like 15%, 20%, etc. And slowly I start to scale. Okay, so for this account, right, when the market is down, like right now we are down about 10-15% from the highs. Right, this account should be 15% allocated. But right now we are at least I'm only in like 30% over here. And this is provided if I get a sign. What might happen is if the market keep pushing up or you just go sideways, I will earn this premium, but I do not own the stocks, which will leave me back in the same position. So over the next few weeks, I will start to sell my puts to a bit closer to the current price. Okay, and my lip call, my Tesla lip call, my call spread. So if you're doing like a $5 white spread for one week or so, you want to get maybe about 20% of the maximum loss. So over here, it will be 80 cents, $1 kind of thing. And ideally, I want to do this when it push up, not when it's down. Okay, so like on days like this, it will be like on a good, because Tesla, certificate of Tesla is quite volatile. So when it push up 5-10%, it will be good to enter the call spread. Right, then when it drop, when Elon Musk tweet, it drop over here, you can close it out and then wait for it to go up again and do it again. So you can leg in, leg out this call spread thing if you're a bit more active, right? So yes, Eugene, yeah, so that's why this trimming thing kind of help. We don't have to close or leave everything there. It's not 1 or 0 or nothing, you can always trim in between. All right, so this is something that it will help. And as an investor, you will know how comfortable you are, where is your resistance points and all that. When you already start to feel FOMO, and when like if too much paper profits, you never trim, you never take, you will start to be uneasy also. This is where you get to understand yourself better, and you can start to do something about it. Okay, this account I'm probably done. So I have one JD that I did a cover call already. So it was a bit too early after it push up. So but overall I mean still net delta over here. So for some of my other JDs shares, I will not sell call on them yet. I probably wait for them to, because I think JD is still like we have this earnings upcoming, and I foresee this earning we should go higher. So I'm waiting for this like what, 1 week later, wait for it to push up, and best if it can break a new all-time high to maybe $50, then I can start to sell my covered call at maybe 52.5, 55, etc. Okay, so that's it for this trading, and nothing much to trade really, except just really waiting for the next drop. So this up move is great. All right, and if you guys have some lip calls that you guys want to trim, you can always trim. Like QQQ is, I think QQQ is a very good candidate for lip call. All right, so just let me do a closing. No, I cannot roll here. For those of you who do not know what companies to do lip call on, I think QQ is a great candidate. Another reason is also because there is like because it's a very liquid ETF, one of the most liquid besides SPY. They have the most companies will only have until January 2022. It has all the way until December. So this allows me for lesser time decay. Why not, right? So I want to roll this to maybe 300, but 300 is too far. So I cannot roll effectively I want to find something that is around maybe 1,600 or 1,700. But 1,600, 1,700 will be too close. Then a bit no point to roll. So okay, never mind. For this one, I'll just leave it there, and ideally wait for QQ to reach, go up another 10 or 20 points. Then I can roll this. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm done for this trading session. I'll just keep it short. Carol, have I looked at PDD, right? No, not because it's not good, just simply because it's not within my circle of competency. Like, I don't understand the company enough to enter. Okay, so like, but if you think it's a good company, I think it's a good company, but I do not understand enough. If you understand it enough and it's one of your top companies because you use your website, or you have China friends or clients who use your website, go ahead. All right. For me, I do not understand the company now, but I think it's in China, I think it's one of the top companies. So if you want to know like what China companies will be good, just look at KWeb. KWeb, the China Tech ETF, all the top companies is up there. So personally, I think JD is, for me, personally, it's just my opinion, but it's a no-brainer because like e-commerce will just get bigger, right? Not just be it China or outside China or US or around the world. So you just use Amazon as a benchmark. They are like, every day the revenue they are churning is insane. Then China, so many people, they need to shop online also, correct? Then even just JD, one of the top players, just have a small market share, but that market is growing bigger and bigger. It's kind of a no-brainer that they just don't screw things up and let the wind push them. They call this the tailwind because that whole sector is moving up. They will make enough already. So companies like JD, Alibaba, they will go enough. So I think I mentioned before, like why I don't really like Alibaba. So this is just my personal opinion, but if you look at the numbers, right, and let's compare to JD side by side. So for e-commerce, right, I want to pay particular attention to their margins, right? So you realize, right, Alibaba, can you see the margins, gross margins are kind of dropping? This look, I don't know what you, when you see this, how do you feel? Or what do you think? Share in the chat box, what do you, and their net margins, operating margins and their net margins from 20+%, and it's like the last few years is kind of dropping. So when you see this, I don't know how you feel, but I feel like it just look like a potential red flag. I mean, how much more can it drop? And why does, and this just don't look good to me now, all right? So they have the volume. So their top line is increasing, they have the volume, all right? But somehow it's not converting to the bottom line. So this is Alibaba. Compared to JD, so JD previously, they over the last few years, they spent a lot of money on their infrastructure and all that. So they were negative, right? But their top line is obviously growing. I think much more than, in terms of percentage growth, is higher than Baba. And can you see our gross is slowly growing? So I think over these 2 years, like 18, 19, their infrastructure are set. They finally build everything out. All the expenses that they spent previously will benefit them down the line, right? So their numbers should look much better as we move. So can you see they went from like negative 2K to positive 12K? So I foresee, and let's take a look at their next 1 or 2 quarters. So I may be waiting eagerly for the coming earnings, but I think it should be, cross fingers, right? It should be pretty good. All right, so this is just my personal opinion. You don't need to go 100% all in on JD, right? But this is, yeah. So cost is getting higher, but both are in China. Why cost is getting higher for Alibaba, but JD, their margins are getting better? Because, the previous few years, Richard Liu, their CEO, they spent a lot of money on getting the infrastructure right first so that they can benefit for the future. Okay, so they have a very long-term outlook, I would say. Okay, so this is something that I think is quite interesting, right? If you were to compare JD and Alibaba. Okay, and PDD. I never really look at PDD per se, right? Yeah, so maybe Alibaba, if you understand it better, it could be like what Kang Yi said, investing into other areas that is not yet making money. That is, I think, one of the points, very valid points. Okay, I do not understand their business model enough. So their numbers, when I look at it like that, it don't make sense. I cannot contextualize the numbers because I do not know what they are doing. So 我这样看，我不懂在做什么。So personally, I will skip PDD. So the whole idea here is you don't need to know 101 companies under the sun one. You just need to know a few good enough already. So for me in China, it will be JD. If you like Alibaba, I think it's good also. If you want to diversify, then KREP is okay also because KREP it will pull the whole ETF up, have Tencent also, right? If you're into like mobile gamings. Okay, so yeah, so it's always good to, like what Brenda said, it's always good to see. I haven't watched the video yet, all right? Maybe later I have time, I'll watch it. Like always good to be open to like different opinions, different school of thoughts, all right, and see which one complements you the best. Okay, so today, right, I think the takeaway for some of you could be how, for those of you who have big calls and they are in profits, and we should be, all right, if you enter the last few on the run up, your lip cost should be in some profits. And those that are in profits, if you can do any, the rationale, right, for doing this cost spread, selling this cost spread, is just to make a bit of extra premium along the way. Well, I haven't get filled. So I'll just keep trying for my Tesla later on. Okay, and those of you who, I hope none of you are in this situation, but if you happen to be very light in position because over the last one or 2 months, you are selling puts but never get a sign, and right now your portfolio is light and you might only have a bit of lip cost. And right now, if the market is up 2%, and how much is your portfolio up? Okay, market is up 1.5%. But if your portfolio is not up, a good 1 or 2%, you are not making in you do not have the okay. So if the market is up 1.5% and your portfolio is not up the same amount or higher, it just simply means your portfolio has too much cash or it's not weighted correctly. All right, so that might be something to think of. But if you want, you have very high conviction that the pullback will come sooner than later, then you can wait also. All right, just that the more you wait, uh, you might have more FOMO. All right. So for this account, I just want to enter my initial tranche just to get some premiums going. All right. So this is something to think about also. Yes. Okay. So this is a short session. Any questions you guys have? Type in the chat box. If not, I will end this in a few minutes time. Okay, some of you have really deep dive into Alibaba. Okay. Okay, so the next time I will be doing live trading again, I will let you guys know in Telegram group. All right. If not, right, I will end this right now and hope you guys enjoy and learn something. Okay, see you guys back in your Telegram group. 谢谢大家. Right. Have a good evening also. Okay, anything about your trades or what, or your portfolio as we are doing this live trading, you have some things that you want to share or some things you can relate with, or some questions about your own personal portfolio, feel free to ask in your Telegram groups or just personally message me. All right. See you shortly. Right. I'll end the meeting right now. 谢谢大家. Have a good evening, guys.